Welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I'm your host, the one and only talent, El Idolo Deportivo Taylor. It is another En Fuego day in the hottest city in the world. We're coming at you back and live again from South Florida. It is officially December 5th. Can you believe it's December 5th? I mean, we were really about 20 days away from Christmas. Jesus, I haven't even started my Christmas shopping yet. Normally, I would have gotten at least an item or two by now, but nope, not even that. It was officially December 5th. Current temperature right now is 74 degrees. I don't even know what the highs and lows are supposed to be for today. Let's say it was high of 80, low of 70. In the issues, somewhere around there. But as you know, you guys already know, it's another beautiful day to have a podcast. It's another En Fuego day in the hottest city in the world. We got a big show for you guys. We got a big, really big show for you guys today. As you guys realize, it is volume 8, episode 33, track 487 of the MyT Sports Podcast. We got injuries to get into today. We got Blue Chew to give out. Well, a Blue Chew promo code at that, right? We got the MyT Boom Room that we're gonna bring into effect. We got New York striking out. There's a couple of major league moves. We got Brittany Griner we gonna get into. We got LeBron James rising. I wonder what the king is up to these days, right? We got Redzone, Allergies, birthdays, primetime letdowns, Christmas countdown, Mr. Irrelevant, loves sushi, and more coming up next on the MyT Sports Podcast. But you guys already know what we say here. Regardless of the time and regardless of the weather, it's always a blast on the MyT Sports Podcast. Tell them, Coach.
Ready to win the game. Hello?
And we're always back at it like a sports fanatic on MyT Sports Podcast. Let's start talk. I'm gonna stir this motherfucker up. Man, we got a big show for you guys today. But you know what? Let's go ahead and relax. And not even relax. Thank you. Let's actually get into our groove, right? Let's get into the way that we like to start off every single podcast, and that's with a little birthday party. If you guys don't know by now, what we do here is that we get a little birthday shout out to everybody that had a birthday since the last time that we was on the air. So if you don't mind, Ayo DJ MyT, go ahead and drop that beat for me one time. I'm gonna enjoy my sweet potato pie. I'm gonna let this shit breathe a little. Dude. You like that? I like that. Like that? But yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Because it's your birthday, we sing happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, we got a couple of birthday shout outs to give out to. It's Monday, right? I had to remind myself it was Monday. For half a second, I thought it was Friday. Don't know why I thought it was Friday. But the fact that I even half a second thought that today was Friday, that just lets you know that I am bound for a letdown sometime this week. Because I was already ready for the week. I was really ready because I was already on fishing spaghetti. Like I was really ready for the weekend already, right? But nevertheless, right, this is Monday. We got a couple of birthday shout-outs. And we got birthday shout-outs to everybody that had birthdays over the weekend. So I know you had to enjoy yourself, right? So let's go ahead and get these started, right? For the birthdays on the 3rd. Yo, everybody's so close to me, yo. Look at how December starts. Talk about my season greetings, right? I want to say happy birthday to Buffy, right? Buffy's the whole girl of the squad. Haven't seen the Buffmeister in a minute. What's going on, Buster? Happy birthday to you. All right, I hope you're living good, eating good, being treated good. You know what I mean? You know, all of the good above. All of us make a little adjustment there. All of the good aboves, right? Happy birthday to you. Also want to say happy birthday to my homeboy Tobias, right? My homeboy Toby, one of my drinking buds from back in the day where we used to do karaoke. You know what I mean? Up in Tijuana, Taxi. I want to say happy birthday to you. And you know you out there. Happy birthday, Brethren. Also on the 3rd, I want to say happy birthday to Jose Ureta, right? That's an Army brethren of mine from back in our Fort Bragg days in North Carolina. So I want to say happy birthday to you, my brethren, right? And that's all the birthdays for the 3rd. Then we get a birthday for the 4th. And the 4th gets even better. Nothing could be finer than to eat a in the morning, right? And this is what I have right here. I have a birthday for the 4th to one of my best friends, like my sister, my homegirl, like Chocolate Delight, Mia Neely. Listen, mother to my godson. Like, let's not forget that too. Like, I'm telling you, I love eating me a good piece of pie. It don't get no better. It don't get no better. Double entendres all day. You know what we say over there. But still, I want to say happy birthday to my homegirl Mia. Her birthday was on the 4th. Can I tell you? I almost missed her birthday. Not for nothing. I don't even remember what day is what. And I honestly have no recollection of what day we're on until I do the podcast. And I'm looking at dates. And I'm like, oh shit, this happened. I didn't hit this person up. I didn't hit that person up. But you all get hit up. You all get hit up here on the Mighty Sports Podcast. That's where you get your real birthday shouts out, right? And you guys already know how this goes, right? If you know anybody with a birthday on the 3rd, on the 4th, or today, go ahead and start dropping their names in the comments, right? Wherever you listen to the podcast at, whether that's on YouTube, whether that's on Twitch, where else can you listen live at? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Where else we at live? Where else we live? That may be it. Mixer, where else? Podbean. I think that's the only 5, 6, 7 places that you can listen to the podcast live when we record it. Like 7, that's a lot of fucking places. More than most people get. We'll do one channel now. We everywhere, B. We catch it all at the same time, simultaneously. Put me on different TVs, and let's hear my voice echo throughout the whole entire house. Hey, yo, yeah. I know you like that. Right, so definitely want to say happy birthday to my homegirl, Mia and Lee. You know you get the special shout-outs, right? Also, want to say happy birthday to my co-host, Marcel Crespo, a.k.a. the light-skinned wonder, a.k.a. Mr. Soul Glow. Just let your soul. Like, if there was ever a dictionary of somebody light-skinned, he would definitely be in there. If you ever had to watch a light-skinned guy fall, just go watch a video of him. Like, every time the Cowboys lose, I apologize. We no longer mention that team until Jerry Jones denounces racism. Like, so, but you'll see it every time the Dolphins lose. I mean, he has like 5 teams, so I could just pick any one of his loser ass teams, and you can say, but love is love. Want to say happy birthday to my co-host, my boy, my brethren, Marcel Crespo. Like that. Let's go ahead and get you all guys in the huddle. Want you guys all to come in here. So I can wish you one last time, right? Hope you party hard. Hope you enjoy everything. Hope you regret nothing. Hope you all party hard. Enjoy everything. Regret nothing. I think I'm forgetting something. You right? But it doesn't matter. You get your weekend at Bernie's on since the weekend just passed, and you continue to stay MyT. I get it now. I get it. What's happening there? Hey, yo, DJ MyT, do me a favor. I think we're done with the birthday shout out. One more time? Alright, I'll do it one more time. Yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. It's your birthday. I gotta beat because it's your birthday. We sing happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, birthday shout out to all of you. I hope you enjoy it. You motherfuckers continue to get old as fuck. God damn. I just realized y'all are old as fuck. Like, when the fuck y'all get so old? Like, when I last saw you guys, or last remember you guys were young frolines and young gentlemen and shit like that. Now you old fuckers. God damn. Hope you guys take care of yourself. You know what I mean? Eating good, living good, fucking good. Keep that peace in your life and on your hip, so that you can keep peace in your life. Wise man once told me that. All right, let's continue to roll up and roll out. Speaking of roll up and roll out, you know how we do here on the Mighty Sports Podcast, right? I'm gonna give you some time to let this breathe. I hope you guys have had the opportunity to roll yourself a nice little joint. Hope you got and advertisers. Like, this could be your item right here, right? product, all that. This could be all used. This could be all used. This could be all used. Right here on the MyT Sports Podcast. It's gonna be up in the DMs. Slide in my DMs. I got you. Pause. Right, but you know what we do here on the MyT Sports Podcast. Gotta get yourself a little something to sip on. Roll yourself up something. If you're not a rolly type, then you pack your bowl. I don't care what you roll. Roll yourself. Pack your bowl. Oh, we had enough in here for one shot left, and this is one birthday shot left. To all of you, hope you guys are ready, right? Buffy, Sistren, salud. Tobias, brethren, salud. Yo, Joey Crack, brethren, salute. You guys have to understand, right? Yo, Mia, Miguel, loves you, right? Yo, Mark, brethren, big up. All of you, let's take this shot. Happy birthday. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Light up. Throw your motherfucking lights to the sky. You know, you say you need a chaser. This is how we chase it on the MyT Sports Podcast. So I hope you guys are enjoying your time with me right before we get into the first topic of the day. Because if you guys don't know, the first topic of the day basically is a topic that we like to talk to before we get into any of the sports. And for the last 291 days, that is, wait, how many? That's 9 months. It's been since February. That's 9 months and 21 days. When December 17th gets around here, right, which is also the birthday of one of my homegirls. Happy birthday, Booski, because she just dropped a hit single recently. Right? Did she drop it before? Did you drop your hit single before Thanksgiving? Or was it after Thanksgiving? I'm trying to remember now. Come back here. Score alert. Yo! Come back here. Don't you go anywhere. I saw that score. Do. We have it here for the MyT Sports Podcast. Let's get into our first topic of the day. Our first topic of the day is our MyT topic of the day. One of our MyT topic of the day is a topic that supersedes all sports. Something that we like to get into, right? It's a little bit heavier than sports. It just so happens that, excuse me, that this one happens to be directly related to sports. And that is the incarceration of one Brittany Griner. If you don't know by now, Brittany Griner has been wrongfully detained in Russia for the past 291 days. Can we get rid of some of this? All right. She's been detained in Russia for the last 291 days. We just have to keep her in our thoughts and prayers, make sure that she's not forgotten. Right, mainly because if there was any other male athlete up with her kind of resume, there wouldn't have been a day that would have passed on any big sports network that would have gone by without the mentioning of her, or without even the sharing of her picture to remind us that, hey, yo, she's still gone. Well, she's still being held hostage, right? But we do that here on the MyT Sports Podcast. And when I say somebody of a resume, let me just remind you guys that Brittany Griner is a champion, 8-time All-Star, and 8-time block leader. All right. Let me also tell you another stat that you don't catch with many of your NBA stars. Right? You understand there may be like only a handful of them that have ever done this, where they have been not just a champion, but they have also been a scoring leader and a defensive player of the year. We're talking Jordan, Kobe, maybe Wilt to be MVP, champion, scoring leader, and defensive player of the year. You understand? You understand the rarefied air you have to be in just to have your scoring leader and be defensive player of the year on the same resume? That's Brittany Griner for you. Third woman ever to dunk a ball in WNBA history. That's Brittany Griner for you. Hold on a second. I know you guys feeling kind of shocked right now. This sweet potato pie is the shit. Yes, I said sweet potato. I don't know about y'all. I like the sweet potato pie in the deep fryer, not deep fryer, air fryer for about a minute while it's heating up. Definitely, so put it in there immediately, right? There's no preheating bullshit. All right, put it in there for just a minute and let it sit in there for a little bit so it can cool off, but still get that consistent heat from the fryer. And then take that motherfucker out and this, so good. And then the crust comes out nice and crunchy. Right, you get a nice little heat to it, right? The top is just caramelized just enough. When you get to the end of the crust of the pie, it gets super sticky over there. Like eating candy. Tastes just like candy. So get with me. All right, so back to Brittany Griner, right? So again, there's not too many people that you'll catch with the resume of Brittany Griner. You're funny. So again, we just like to keep in the thoughts and prayers so that she is not forgotten. And again, because like I said, any male athlete with this kind of resume, right, we have definitely known about every single one of her movements and her whereabouts at every one of their movements and whereabouts at any given point in time. Brittany Griner's last movements and whereabouts has found her in what is the Russian equivalent to maximum security prison, which she's going to be doing now about 15 to 18 hours of manual labor. It is said. I'm going to keep it real with you. Brittany, I know it's going to sound kind of rough. In 9 years, it'll be in Russian prison. And Russian prison going to sound rough, period. But I'm like, hey, if they're offering freedom to coach their women's team, right? Or some kind of freedom, some kind of immunity, whatever the hell it is, maybe you think about it. You see Brittany Griner throwing up the MyT symbol. The only thing I can think of is this, like, hey, coach our team, you come a free woman, you just can't go back to America ever again. And then she's like, ooh, ever again? Like, ever? Because you guys don't even have beaches over here, B. Like, you guys are really in the middle of nowhere. Like, you thought about this place from a strategic standpoint, but you stuff yourself in a fucking, like snow globe. Like, top resources over here. War and cold. So, again, we just keep Brittany Griner in your thoughts and prayers, positive lights, and whatever it is that you use to channel positive energy so that she can make her way home as fast and safely as possible at this point in time. All right. So, again, Brittany Griner, you hope you continue to stay safe, hope you stay positive, and hope you stay MyT. Continue to stay MyT. Let's get into our first topic of the day for real, right? Let's bring up El Numero Uno, right? Our big topic of the day. Our first things first.
First of all, first things first.
We have had a prime time disappointment. And no, the Minnesota Vikings didn't play in prime time. That's not what I'm talking about here. When I say we're having a prime time disappointment, one coach, Deion Sanders, former coach of Jackson State, former coach of HBCU school Jackson State, got to Jackson State and made this big, long soliloquy. Spoke to us real nice like, in that pimpish way that Prime likes to talk. That drags everybody in and makes you want to pay attention. You know what I'm saying, dog? And he told us that he had a mission with HBCUs, and that was to get them notoriety, to get them recruits, to get them wagwan, sis. Yo, I'm over here fucking up some sweet potato pie. You know how much I love me some pie. This shit really is good though. Makes me cry. Okay, back to the matter here. So he made this speech as if he wanted to be with an HBCU, not just an HBCU, but be in the HBC community, so that he can get it to flourish. And for 2 years, he did that. But when Prime spoke, excuse me if to me it sounded like this was something that he was trying to do long term, right? And this is something that he wanted to put his face and name onto as the guy that got HBCU its respect. Not just the guy that brought some fuzz to it for 2 years. I'm going to tell you this right now. Whatever he started, whatever momentum he did, he killed it. Why go back to an HBCU now? What's so good about it? What's so cool about it anymore? What big name is in that program to help draw names to it? Because all of those 4-stars and 5-star recruits that were passing up 5-star those power conference schools to go play with Deion Sanders, they're not gonna go to an HBCU now. They're going to go to the power conference and play for Deion. So to be like, I'm not don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I'm not mad about the man wanted to progress his career. That's not what he said. See? That's the thing about it. That's not what he said. This man came up there and sounded as if he wanted to make a universal seismic shift in HBCUs. That he wanted to make there a flashpoint where you can't come back from, because the cement and the foundation that has now been set by HBCUs is so strong and so firm that they can never be overlooked again. That's what I thought he was saying. Excuse me if I misunderstood. Excuse me that when Prime came up there and with his big smiling teeth and his flash and his charisma, and he started spitting his big charismatic words, if it didn't sound like that he really wanted to do something long term and permanent for HBCUs. Except he just basically did what every old regular coach does. Why didn't you just say you wanted to be a regular coach? This isn't a prime time move. This is regular Joe move. This is Mr. Irrelevant move. This is the 256th pick of the draft move. Oh, I'm going to get my foot in at one of these small colleges, and then, I'm going to bust my butt. I'm going to do really well, and then I'm going to sell these kids a bag of shit, and everybody a big bag of nothing, and I'm just going to move on and help better my career. If that's what you want, like, yo, you know what? I really want to bring some light to an HBCU, but HBCU is just gonna be it's just a starting point for me. I want to coach in a power conference school and get somebody like me in one of these power conference and one of these big time schools, one of these power conference schools. So not only somebody like me can go there, but also I can start attracting other people that look like me, sound like me, walk like me, talk like me, and feel like me. But now he said he want to do that with HBCU. Now, you tell me. You tell me. If you was a kid, 4-star, 5-star recruit, and you were thinking about going to an HBCU because of Prime, are you doing it now? No. You're leaving the HBCU to go to Prime, to go play with Prime now. So, one of the things about HBCUs not being able to get that talent pool, you just took away from that talent pool again. You basically redid or undid everything that you said that you were trying to do for the HBCUs. He just promised a lot of good stuff. He dropped the ball on this one. He fucked up really bad. I'm not gonna lie. I really expected to see Prime Time 8-10 years as an HBCU coach. Not because he needed the money, but just to keep constantly attracting big name after big name, and big school after big school wanted to play him. Now who wants to play Jackson? Who wants to go to Jackson? What eyes are even going to be on Jackson? What extra eyes are now going to be on HBCUs? What have you really done for HBCUs now? You gave them away for 2 years, and then the moment money came talking, or a bigger opportunity came talking, you acted like everybody else that you've ever criticized. Everybody else that was in the Power 5 that you was talking about, yeah, you became one of them. Now, the very least that he can do is that he went to Colorado and he told all those guys, hey, go hit the transfer portal. So I'm bringing my kids with me. So great. At least those kids now that are right there get to go from an HBCU to a power conference school. But some of them already could have went to a power conference school. They went to the HBCU specifically just for you. Then you go to Colorado. So again, that's not even for you. So you went against your promise to HBCUs and what you said you was going to do to it. And then you went to a school that's not even about the culture. You saw that room that he went into. It was the complete opposite of him in an HBCU. I'm just saying. Prime Time lost some respect from me. He really did. He really did lose some, like, on the respect meter, came down a notch, because kind of thought about that Prime Time, especially at this stage of his career, right? This stage of his life, he would be more of a man of his word, not just some slick back greaseball chasing money and exploiting these kids to do it. Because you can't tell me that Prime Time doesn't look any different than any other head college coach sleazeball that promises these kids or anybody right? They make promises to these kids or anybody, and then they turn around and they turn their backs on them the moment a dollar's right. And then suddenly just call it business. You got to grow up sometime. When you recruited them, you made it sound like business would not get into the way of you handling your promises. That greed would not come into the way of you fulfilling your obligations. Like I said, I could be wrong. I could have misinterpreted. Maybe, just maybe, I misunderstood the message that Prime Time was putting out. You guys let me know, right? You guys start hitting me up. I see you guys listening. I see you guys popping in. Now, you guys let me know. Pop up in the comments. Am I the only one that felt like Deion Sanders was making a play to be an HBCU coach for at least 5 years? Not take the first dollar that comes from the first no-name school that offers him an opportunity? I mean, I thought the name Prime Time would have more clout than Colorado State. Or is it Colorado University? Which one is it? I really thought the name Prime Time would garner more than that. You left Jackson State for Colorado? Talking about turning your back on the kids and the coach at the same time. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this Deion Sanders move. Like I said, the only good thing to come out of this, the only good thing, is that some of those kids that are in an HBCU program that probably would have never have made it to a Power 5 conference are gonna come now. But he's only gonna he's not gonna take the kids that aren't qualified. He's mainly gonna be the ones that are qualified, and just put them on a bigger stage. Is he suddenly going to start getting more of his players drafted now because they're coming from Colorado, not Jackson? I guess if he's with, see the thing about this, right? Overall, right? Like, let's get into the minutia of it, right? Let's get out the feelings of it. His success, obviously, right? Or his success just recruiting, his success period is gonna be on wins and losses. Ultimately, like anybody else's. When he gets to Colorado, can you do in butt fuck turn my back on the coach of Colorado that you did in everybody wants to see me, even their grandmother's Jackson State? Like that's going to be the thing. Can he turn around the Colorado program the same way he did Jackson State? That's going to be interesting to see. And that's what's going to make everybody forget about his broken promise or what he ultimately did. See, if he wins, they're saying, well, winning is deodorant. When is going to mask over all of that stuff? People are like, oh, forget about it. Oh, he's winning. Now look what he's doing for these. He still is losing, but like, yeah, see, he should have stayed there in Jackson State. They're going to call it as karma for breaking his promises. We're going to see what happens in Chairmanback against the coach of Colorado. I don't know how else to take this. I don't still know how to take this. Like, I feel like it was a complete slap in the face to the whole HBCU conference and to every kid on that team and every parent on the team. And I can say that's not anything different than any other coach has done in the past. That's not saying that, oh, okay, what did you do? That's not even it. It's the fact that I was expecting different from Prime because he wasn't just going to some school, he was representing a conference. And he was representing a conference that represents a culture. And he turned that all down for the almighty dollar. Careful. He'll Kanye you. Speaking of being Kanye, Nike has officially dropped Kyrie Irving from their label. So that has officially happened. Speaking of being dropped and signed and picked up and all this other stuff, right? Even though the New York Mets may have lost was it Bum Syndergaard? No, I'm messing with you. But damn, I am forgetting his name though. Lindor. I'm forgetting his name. But it's good though. He's a bum anyway at this point in time. He left New York. He didn't want to deal with it. He was scared of the lights, cameras, and action. He's injured half the time anyway. My Google downstairs is trying to connect. Like, you know what's funny? Like, it can't hear me when I'm like 2 feet in front of its face. Right? Here I am 50 feet away from it, completely upstairs, a whole nother level through 14 barriers of door, a safe and a soundproof sex room, and it hears me. Go figure. Go fucking figure. Nosy bastard. And it's not even the one I have in the room. Like I have multiple ones in the room. It's none of them. It's the rando. So New York Mets, they lose their ace. All right. But they in billionaire baseball owner, New York baseball owner fashion, right? He went out and he replaced his assets very quickly. Some say he may have overpaid a little bit, but you go out and you secure what you need to secure, so you can try to get what you want to get. I'm telling you, I'm not even a Mets fan, but I like the enthusiasm that this Mets owner has, because it's an enthusiasm that you don't generally see from owners. Thank you. Right? Normally, I think we've seen it so far from, I feel like I've only seen it from 3 owners so far. This kind of passion and enthusiasm, that is. Lakers owner, Mavs owner, now Mets owner. That goes to show you Cali, Texas, and New York, right? Those 3 specific... Oh, Clippers owner. LA again. So, excuse me. Those guys specifically, I love their energy, I love their enthusiasm. And, excuse me, and their willingness to win, and their enthusiasm around their willingness to win, right? Because I feel like you should get a new owner in the league every 15 years, to be honest with you. Maybe every 10 years. But every like 10, 15 years, we need a new owner like this. Like the Mets owner, like the Clippers owner, like the Dallas Mavericks owner, like what the Lakers owner used to be. Papa Bus, not GD. What's going on, Chill? Just seeing you pop up in the room. Because to me, like, too often you see too many owners just sitting back and being comfortable with what they have, right? And one, you don't get to see them in the forefront. You don't even get to, like, even half the times when you see them scanned to in the press box, you're not seeing a lot of emotion out of them from play to play. Like maybe every once in a while on big play, but not from play to play. They're not hanging and living on every moment of their team, and that's what those owners used to do. And their efforts to win a championship and their enthusiasm to win a championship, I always feel like brings an electricity back into the league, because it helps wake up some owners that may have been like dragging their feet. Some of them, like you can never help what the old Clippers owner was. Like, he was always going to drag his feet because he was just kind of a piece of shit kind of guy. The Phoenix Suns owner, kind of same thing too, right? Like they're always going to be kind of knuckle draggers, right? Like those are the kind of owners that they just in it completely to just exploit the system and don't really care about winning. So it's always good to get a fresh owner in there, because they do stuff like this. You lose a guy, 2 seconds later they sign Verlander. Give him a little bit extra money. Don't care. I don't care if I have to put a little extra cheese on a little extra cheese and sour cream on your taco. That's perfectly fine, as long as we can pair up our aces. Because we realize, hey, we can do very good in the regular season, but to be great in the postseason, we're gonna need to start doubling and tripling up on some of these pitchers. Some of these wild things, some of these aces, some of these you make my heart sing, you make everything groovy kind of guys. You know, wild things. Chill Will, while I got you here, do I have you here? Because I got a question, right? And whatever you do, make it in here. This is the question. This is the question I got for you. Oh, he is here. How do you feel about Deion Sanders going to Colorado? I sent you an invite. Hopefully we can get you in the room. I saw you try to click on. I may have missed you. Let's see if that works. All right, there we go. All right, we got our Cleveland correspondents coming up with us. We got Chill Will straight out of Ohio, one of Cleveland's finest.
Cleveland, this is for you.
Oh wait, that was the wrong one. Wait, hold on.
Drop tape.
There we go.
drop tapes, don't you?
Sir, yes, sir.
Well, if you're gonna drop tapes, you might as well go ahead and drop them exhibitiously.
Cleveland, this is for you.
Now it's working. There we go.
Shoot it. Remember that shit? Shoot that little shit.
Listen, it's funny if you ever see me on video. I actually have one right now. I have a Nerf gun that I call the Harlem Night.
No.
Cause I got a bunch of big shits here, no doubt. And then I got this one little motherfucker here. I'm like, yeah, you my Harlem Night all day long. This my. I don't know if you can hear that. That's that's his one little shot. It was over there. Grrrrah, 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 pa, 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 grrrrah, grrrrah, pa. Man, if you don't put in that little ass shit, what you gonna do with that little ass paddle ass gonna bite? Grrrrah, pa. Man, what I say about that little ass shit?
Shoot that little motherfucker. You get my brother.
You go, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Pop, pop, pop.
He went to the end.
You a cold motherfucker, quick. Man, you ain't had to shoot on her pinky toe, though. Oh, man. Like, you don't understand. Like, she don't know it yet because she don't quite exist yet. But the day I find a chick that I want to marry, I'm officially calling her Sunshine. She don't even know it yet. Like, I've given a lot of chicks a lot of nicknames. When I know that she the one, I'm flipping her nickname. I'm like, what's going on, Sunshine? She don't even go to like, yo, my nickname changed. It's been 12 and a half years. What the fuck you calling me a whole new name for?
AKA, tell your mama I ain't coming on, never come on.
For real. Listen, that Sunshine is I left home, baby, to be with my side piece.
Side piece.
Yo, you missed it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yo, you missed it because last show, it was the last show. Because my uncle from Orlando came down here, and he's an old, obviously. My uncle from Orlando came. I don't have to say he's an old head, old school, but he likes these southern crap. Whoa, what's the category? Southern soul songs. Like that song right there. I left home to be with my side piece. You know what I mean? Or one hoe don't stop, one monkey don't stop, no show. Shit like, you know what I mean? Like, he makes shit like that. And no doubt I caught myself like just on it on Friday. Like I was just in my bag. I put it on. I found a mix on YouTube, and I was in it. I'm talking about like the old school like just hip move where you don't even move your legs. Like hip just go moving to the side. Ha 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 ha. Was getting it. But Deion Sanders, he went to Colorado.
Give me like 5 minutes and I answer that question.
Oh, okay, no doubt. So when he comes back, we're gonna talk a little bit more about that, right? While that happens, though, we're gonna take ourselves a little trip, right? We're gonna take ourselves a little trip out of the HBCU world. We're gonna go a little 305 to my city where we get it. Ooh. Get that to me one time. Well, we like to hop on the I-95. Well, we want to head north or south. We gonna hit New York. We gonna hit BK. We gonna hit Miami. We gonna take ourselves a nice little road trip and hit a couple of these sports, folks. Let's start ourselves in the basketball world, right? The New York Knicks over the weekend, they went 1-1, right? Losing to Dallas 121-100, but then coming back on a back-to-back night on that, back-to-back. They play them games that like back-to-back. Back-to-back games. After playing a hard fucking that Dallas game was a heartbreaker because they started off hot. First quarter, second quarter, and then next thing you know, all of the former New York Knicks players just started balling. Also, Jalen Brunson ended up going out for a little while with a little injury, right? Ended up coming back. But you saw Reggie Bullock, Tim Hardaway Jr., right? Trey Burke, right? Like all of the old former nicknames, right? Kemba Walker, like all of them came into the game all of a sudden and was like, "We want that revenge. This is for you not playing us more and giving us shitty contracts." I don't know why they sounded like that. Like I wanted them to sound more like Sparta. They sounded like hangry Indians a while ago. But so they ended up having a bad game. But then they came back and had a bounce back game against none other than
Cleveland! This is for you!
the Cleveland Cavaliers, as they beat the brakes off of them 92-81. Behind a nice little bounce back game, Jalen Brunson had 23 points, right, to lead all scorers. Mitchell Robinson led all rebounders with 11, and then you had Jalen Brunson also adding 4 assists to lead all diamonds, which didn't sit well with me. Like the assist leader for the New York Knicks only has 4 assists. I'm gonna need Jalen Brunson on a consistent basis to bring that assist number up 2.5 on average. Get you about 6.5 assists per game. We know that his playing style isn't a big assist heavy style, and Tom Thibodeau's coaching style, right, is very one-on-one, man-on-man. It doesn't account for a lot of super ball movement on the point guard to get in there and create and then dish out or have those assists. And also, we don't cash that a lot these days, right? The prototypical point guard these days kind of look like Jalen Brunson in a weird way, right? Decent scorer, can work the post, right? He's not super athletic, so he's just smart with the ball, right? Can back down smaller players. You know what I mean? Hit the fadeaway, mid-range 3-point shot, but not quite a 10 assist guy, which is weird because that's what Russell Westbrook used to do and get bashed for. Let's continue on our trip, right? We also we also cross over to the bridge, right? The bridge is over. The bridge is right over there, right? And we visit the Brooklyn Nets as they finish up the weekend 1-1 as well, beating the Toronto Raptors, division rival Toronto Raptors, 114-105. Kyrie Irving goes in and drops 27 points. KD grabs 9 rebounds and also dishes out 7 assists as well. But they would turn right around and they would lose to their rivals up north. But Toronto was up north. Okay, then a little bit further south. However you want to take it, right? But they went to Bean Country and they got gassed, folks. 103-92. They lost to Boston. Boston is looking like one of the best teams in the league. But right now, very early, we're looking like an all-green Eastern Conference championship, right? Pure green. We're talking about the Milwaukee Bucks and Boston Celtics. Milwaukee Bucks there a couple of years ago. Boston Celtics just there last year. They got sunned by the Golden State Warriors, and it looks like they're using that experience to want to go back there and be like, "Hey, yo, we ain't going down that easily. My shoulder is good now, B. Like you hit him. Why don't you try hitting me?" Right. But you know the heat goes up just a little bit as we continue to take our travels down to I-95 South, and we visit South Beach, where the Miami Heat was a perfect 1-0 over the weekend. La Playas and Putas where have no fear, the Heat are here. Hold on 1 second. I think I see some comments coming in. Yes, you are definitely right. Listen. The Heat do have a respectable team. They just have to put it back together. And now the fact that Jimmy Butler is back in the lineup, hopefully they can do some things. Man, he currently sitting at 11-12. They won their 1 game over the weekend against a team that just beat the Brooklyn Nets. Yes, folks, that team, they beat the Boston Celtics, folks, 120-116 in overtime. I think this game actually happened on Friday. This may have been the game. Yep, this was the game that we was watching on Friday on the air, where Jaylen Brown hit a buzzer beater 3-point shot to put this game into overtime. I remember seeing that. That came straight off the bank, like clank. Like, yo, did you call the bank? They definitely were open for you, B. ATM, it was straight cash, homie. For Boston, you had not in Boston, but at Miami Heat game, you had Bam Adebayo. Miami Heat ended up winning in overtime, as you can see, right? But Bam Adebayo ended up scoring 28 points to go along with Jimmy Butler's 15 rebounds, right? And also Kyle Lowry's 4 assists. See what I'm talking about? Is this just the new NBA? Because Jalen Brunson led the Knicks with 4 assists, right? Kyle Lowry is leading the Miami Heat with 4 assists. But if your assist numbers looking like Kyle Lowry's, Kyle Lowry is like 48 years old. I'm sorry, he's aging like dog years to me his whole life. So he's like 78 years old. On the court, maybe he's like 52. He's Mark's age. Happy birthday again, Mark. Hold on one second. Let's get that right. Happy birthday again, Mark. I'm not even expecting Mark to be here. He's been out drinking since about noon. So I'm assuming that after a long day of drinking, he's going to go home to a long night of fucking. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he has no time for the Mighty Sports Pod. Like, if he pops up here on the podcast, I'm going to send him home to his wife to blow her back out for the 16,432,958th time. Like, son, go home. Go home. It's no reason you should be here on your birthday. My alcoholism, I got no more shots to take. I only had 2 shots left in that bottle anyway. I took one before the show, and then I took one here on air during the show. Right, so you know how that goes, but we're not done traveling, right? Right, because you know what? We got a little football to get into, right? We ain't just gonna leave football country out of this while we take our little road trip, right? So let's go ahead and take our trips. We're going back and forth, right? We made our trip up to New York, and we came all the way down to the I-95. We came back down to South Beach. But you know what we do over here? We run our sports across city lines, right? Across state lines. So we over here trafficking it back up to New York, folks. We smuggling the sports in the trunk, and we came away with the New York Jets in JetBlue Arena, as I like to call it. Right? They had themselves a loss to Minnesota. And it was a bad loss against Minnesota. You back yet, Chill, before I get into the Jets? Not yet. Okay. It was a bad loss. And it's one of those losses, right? If you're looking at it, as you're happy for your defense, you feel sorry about your offense. All right, because I'm beating around a lot of bushes right now, right? And I apologize, right? Let me get straight to the clip. Let me stop biting the thighs, like let me stop nibbling on the flaps. Let's get straight to the clip. The number one thing that's going to be on top of the practice board this week is going to be red zone offense. How inadequate. That's why I'm like, listen, Jets fans, I get it. They did some really good things on defense. Like, I get it. But that ineptitude on offense in the red zone, like Daffy Duck. Despicable. It's despicable. Horrible. Horrific. Disgusting. Exercise of futility. However you want to put it. I wasn't feeling it, B. Like, I really was not feeling it. And the bad thing about it is that, so there's really was not feeling it. There's good things and bad things to come away with, right? A few good things is the defense, right? One of the good things is the defense holding their own fully. Fully hold. I mean, listen, I know we're talking about 27 points, but if you understand how many chances, if you can understand how many chances Minnesota had and how many stops they made and how many stances that the Jets defense made, this is the kind of game that can only give the Jets defense more confidence, right? To go out there and be an even more dominant squad. But that offense, that game knows that it was lost because of that offense, right? We're talking about what, 5 field goals? Is that what it was? 5 field goals? Some crazy number like that? The only time we scored a touchdown is because the running back ran it in. I mean, the quarterback ran it in. That's the only touchdown? It didn't look pretty. This wasn't a pretty game. And it didn't look pretty on the offense. And that's the part that really fessed me up. That's the part that hurt, right? Because one more touchdown and you win. Out of all of these 6 tries, all you needed was 2 touchdowns. Yeah, it's failure after failure after failure after failure. 7 tries? I think maybe. Because we had another chance at the end and you couldn't make it. It's one of those tough losses, right? Because you know you had the opportunity to. You know that Minnesota was just about broken. And remember, this is a good defensive team, right? Minnesota's a good team all around. Good defense, good offense. This is a good team all around. So are there moral victories or there's some positives to take away from it? Yeah, there is. There's tons of them, right? Like Mike White had to pass 50 plus times, and he had the second best passing performance of the week. Like, there are some things to talk about here. Like you could be happy, but it's still disappointing because they were right there. You can see it. They're right there. That dub that you're looking for, right? That elusive dub you're looking for is staring you right in the eye, like, ooh, here goes an opportunity to steal a game that nobody thought that we can win. And any game that you can steal in what was the last 8 games after coming off of the bye, where the key is, right, or the bare minimum is to go 500 and then leave the rest up to whatever your deity is. I could have just said live up to a higher, but you know, I like fucking with you guys. That's what we do here, right? We here on the MyT Sports Podcast to have a good time. And actually, we're here to more than have a good time. We're actually here to have a blast on the MyT Sports Podcast. That's actually what we're here for. Oh,
what segment is this?
Whoa, it's okay though. It's okay though. We was traveling up and down the I-95 right now. But you know what though? I could go ahead. We're gonna go pull over. We're gonna make a rest stop. If I'm not mistaken, Jackson State is in South Carolina, right?
Is it? I thought it was in Mississippi. I could be wrong.
Is that Jackson, Mississippi, or Jackson, South Carolina? Okay, it probably was Mississippi. Okay, never mind then. So we're gonna take a little rest stop. We're gonna pull over, right? And we gonna hop back over to Mississippi. We're gonna take a conference call right over to Mississippi, and we're gonna see what's going on over there because because after we go to Mississippi, apparently that there's a connecting flight to Colorado. And while we're in Colorado, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna smoke some herb while Chill Will talks about how does he feel about Deion Primetime Sanders going to Colorado. Is this a primetime move or is this a primetime letdown?
About this all day. I'm glad you even asked this question because for real, I'm looking this up real quick. See, yeah, it's Mississippi.
Okay, it is Jackson, Mississippi. Okay.
Yeah. Jackson, I didn't know it's Jackson in South Carolina. Let me look. Because it's HBCU. I'm like, I know they got a couple of names. They got a South Carolina got HBCUs, and I ain't never seen that. And
well, also, listen, I also could be thinking Fort Jackson, South Carolina, too. Like who knows? That's probably by Jackson, South Carolina I'm thinking about. That's actually probably what it is, knowing me. Actually, I'm gonna completely discredit myself and probably say I probably was thinking Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Right? And not even if there's if there's actually a city or a place actually called Jackson in South Carolina. It may have just only been Fort Jackson I'm thinking of. But that I'll let you get that floor again.
I'm thinking HBCU. Like I was thinking HBCU like that's how I was like, in a way that I know, that's where the big ones at, in North Carolina, South Carolina. So yeah. But
what?
Bro.
No, go ahead. Sorry. I was thinking out loud. Go ahead.
I've been we've been talking about this all day, and I really feel like as a he had good intentions, number one. But first of all, I do want to get this out of. Damn it. Let me put my seatbelt on because it's gonna piss me off. At any rate, my bad. Disregard the guy behind the curtain and all the beeping and shit. But at any rate, the damn Jackson State, they knew what they was getting when they get Deion. I don't know how Deion has become this moral compass for some odd reason. I do not know. That's the confusing part, I do think. Because Deion was arrogant, selfish, everything that you they say I don't say he was a bad guy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's right. Overall, Prime Time has been arrogant and selfish. If you let him tell it, it's that's Prime Time. That's not Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is a more wholesome, God-loving, down to earth guy. The braggadocious person that you guys see. That's Prime Time. But
there's the persona, and so I don't know him behind those. So that's fair to say. And I don't he may not be that person like in real life because he really even Mark Irvin said he never did drugs. He never really he was not. Every time he tried to he helped Mark Irvin. I always tell a story about how he saved him. Came and there was one with some girls. He would let them out the room and go out and go fuck off one night or something like that. So there's those stories. It's always cool. People to do the right thing, but as far as just a person, that don't mean you're not a crap person. I don't know though. So at any rate, he never came off as the moral compass. Period. So now all of a sudden, he's like this moral compass, and it's just weird because at the same time he still have a lot of pride in him, and the confidence. He has no humility, and typically it's synonymous. Humility is synonymous with God fearing. You know what I'm saying? You're
like when the lights are on, or when he's on that field, when he's in the football environment, the lights are on, he's prime. And that comes out 100%. And that's all we ever see.
Right. So I mean, and not to say that he's not saying the right things, because when he opened up his mouth, especially lately, he's been saying the right things, and it makes sense. But overall, what happens with that is, what do you do when you come to HBCU? First of all, you didn't try to get a job first and foremost at an HBCU at all. You tried to get it was it Miami or Florida State? They turned you down. And rightfully so. You ain't got no coaching experience. We don't know who the fuck, you know what I'm saying? You just don't because you do some type of one of the greatest players that ever played the game, that don't mean you qualified to coach at any level. But he did coach at before he was a coach high school, he did good. So he felt like he probably had enough credentials because I showed him high school, I believe. So he goes up, want to go up, but he want to go to the big league, like from high school. They like, hell no. You got to prove yourself, which is understandable. So he goes to HBCUs and he's talking about this is the thing to do. and people on board. But that's the only job he can get. I mean, I don't. Maybe he's not. No, I can't say that. Maybe he's not. Maybe he decided, hey, this is what he can do. Maybe he did, because he still went. I'm sure he could have got a job anywhere. He probably could have went to any kind of third division 3 school and got a job because he bringing the money. And so he feel like I'm prime. I'm bringing you money. I'm bringing you ideas as well, and y'all just bucking back. He doesn't know. I don't know if it's because of ego. Like, you know, you got people that's been there. Like the one dude came out in a press conference. If that ever happened, by the way, you know, between like what was the shit between Bo? What's the dude? Saban and then the other dude beefing in conferences.
Oh,
like remember, dude said something about Saban after Saban got mad and said something about recruiting and stuff. You know what I mean? You remember that?
what's the Nick Saban talking about? He was talking about. Oh, but also he dragged Deion Sanders through the mud too, or something like that, right? You talking about that whole incident?
Yeah, he was talking shit about the practices, the practices, which he don't have no right to talk about anybody's legitimacy.
Yeah, it was one of Nick Saban. I think it was Nick Saban talked about one of his former coaches when he was getting ready to play each other, whatever. And then he said some. He said he did some weirdo stuff. And in the midst of it, he ended up dragging not only his former coach to it, but he ended up dragging Deion Sanders in there as well. And his former coach was like, this how you gonna do me? After I done seen your books and heard you talk privately? Like, hold on a second. Like, hold on a second. Check yourself, partner. I don't think this is really the move you want to do. And then Primetime was like, yo, I thought we was making money over here together, dog. What the fuck? You're not gonna get your shit out right now and expose you completely. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna expose a little bit about you. Like, fuck out, where my dog's at?
Exactly. That's the thing. So typically, there's a lot of blowback, or even sometimes within the conference, you could probably get fined for something like that. What that man said about Deion was disrespectful. I mean, whether you believe it or not, it was to some degree disrespectful. He didn't say nothing, he cursed, but he kind of dogged him. And on top of that, think about it. Remember this? When he was walking, you see the clips when he was walking the field with another team? Hey, you ain't shit. Fuck you, Deion. Fuck you. Get your bitch ass off my field. Get your bitch ass. Like they really talking to Deion Sanders, another coach. Like he was a nigga off the street with no repercussions. You go, I got first win of my career. I get shit stole from me. I'm taking my salary and upgrading the facilities.
That he was doing.
Then you steal from me. Then I walk later that you dog me talking about I ain't swag. Then you got your kids out there dogging the fuck out of me like I'm a nigga off the street. Like it's a game. Like this is like gang for real. No respect. But I'm giving you the best notoriety you've ever had in your life. In this conference, in this school, all of that. I'm bringing more than any. I am the conference right now, whether you want to believe it or not.
He was.
So I've got ideas.
And that's why I thought. So maybe that's why I don't mean to cut you off. Because he was the conference, and the way he was speaking, I thought he was gonna do this for 8-10 years and really become the face of because because he would have, because I'm over here looking like, yo, what he's over here about to do is gonna be a game changer. Because he made it sound like he's getting ready to flip the whole market, and for 2 years you can see this market shifting.
And that's probably what he wanted to do initially, but then he started running up into some within some.
You're breaking up. Hold on. You're breaking up a little bit. You said probably that's probably what he wanted to do. He ran into some.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
That's probably what he wanted to do though. But he started running up to some real opposition, especially this year with he ain't swag with them kids dogging him on the field, with just the whole the stuff behind the scenes that we don't even probably know, with the commissioner, probably the schools. And like I said, he's giving a lot to them, writing and everything. He's out here giving ideas, and he already criticized the conference in general. Like I'm trying to get some TV money, game day, and game day. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. They never thought they could even have fun. They went to a damn homecoming, and game day they blew their minds. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn. awesome environment. Now you got all this notoriety and you ain't getting no appreciation. I ain't swag now. I'm trying to show. I know I ain't. I'm trying to be swag. I'm trying to get there. Opposed to, but the coaches that have been there, I get it. But overall, it's got to be a medium. Because now he gone. He took them kids, all them kids with him, almost all of them, and not and the money that he was probably upgrading facilities with. You know what I'm saying? His own money. He took them all. And then now you go to the cars, you don't appreciate me, okay? And that's a lot that you have to endure that. I don't think he thought knew how hard it would be. And so he like, I just want to coach really. I don't want to deal with all of this with my own damn people. I can go get the world with this, but I gotta deal with this within my conference, and then egos, if I'm better, I come in, I'm winning, they talking shit.
You know
what I'm saying?
It's I didn't even think about that, but about the struggle with the, because I wasn't even thinking about the struggle, that the inner struggle within the SWAC that he was getting, and from the other HBCU coaches. But I did pick up on it though. Like, you're not wrong. I do remember some little chubby bald-headed coach when they were asking him about it, and he made a comment, and I was like, yo, is he beefing with Dion, or does he not like Dion in the conference? But you know what? Probably some people just like, yo, had we been in this conference, blood, sweat, and tears, been here for 10 years trying to do this, and here all of a sudden, but they should be like, if you've been there for 10 years and haven't been able to push this kind of notoriety, here comes Dion suddenly and gets it. Why are you upset?
Upset, bro. It's jealousy, number one. Number two, he may think that it might not be jealousy. It might be a defense. It could be a lot of things. You just come here to stop by anyway. And he might have got wind that he talking to Colorado. He said that man said he was talking to, when he got in that conference. Hey, I've been able to get to know this man for over a month, past month. So there's been in words. He said he slipped up and said it in that conference. Hey, I don't know if you looked at that part, his little speech.
No, I didn't. I didn't catch that one. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, in the beginning, he said, I've been able to know this. Some of their AD at that school at Colorado. I've been able to get to know this man over the past month. And so you've been getting to know him. That means you was probably talking to him well before then. And what if I'm a coach at Jackson State and I hear this shit? You hear the chicken with the mom. And so I come out and say, you know what, this motherfucker, he a passerby. He come here just to make his name in the league. And so it's so many levels to this. And like it all can be true. It's just how you, a lot of times it's the truth and then how you see the truth.
Or it's probably a little bit. Yeah, it's probably a little bit of both. Or it's probably all of the factors that we're talking about. Like, it's probably not just one thing, but all.
Right.
But yeah. So it's okay. So I'm gonna leave from my area where I was at with this, and I'm a dabbling in what you were talking about. If this is, you know what, I'm leaving because there is a lot of backbiting going on, a lot of crab mentality. You know what I mean? Like you said, people stealing from me, then they're talking bad about me, all you know what I mean? All this other stuff. That's a major loss for HBCUs and for that school. Like for what you just said, like they're losing him, they're losing his notoriety, his name. He was getting legitimate 4- or 5-star recruits to not want to go to these other schools just to come to him. And he said, like you said, he was putting back half of his salary back into the school. What other coach is putting back half their salary into the school?
You can't say he got the right intentions. You can't say it's about the money. You know what I'm saying?
But Colorado's well, HBCU isn't about the money, but going to Colorado could be about the money. Don't know.
But how Colorado? How much you think he can be paid in Colorado?
Actually, they came up for the one thing I did hear from the conference. They haven't even found the money to pay him yet.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
They was like, we don't have the money. We said we don't know we're gonna get
this. Colorado. This ain't no football school.
Man.
Colorado.
But Colorado got PC. See, you know what? So I'm glad you said that they're not a football school, because Colorado's about to have something they've never had before in major play. Or their boosters about to come out and play. And they got some people that can boost in Colorado. Oh, they got some major players who boosted in Colorado. Man, Colorado got dough.
Talking about the weed.
Besides the weed, they had dough before then.
Man, what schools ever done?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Colorado?
But just like the HBC,
Colleges.
I know what you're saying, but we're thinking about what was versus what is going to be. Okay, so let's just take. Okay,
No,
so
hold on. I'm only saying that because we was talking about the bag. Get to the bag. That's the only reason I'm referencing.
Oh, the bag.
I get that.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. Back to the bag. Sorry, back to the bag. Back to the bag. Because now, well, because now I see the boosters. I see all of these boosters, all of those money people in Colorado. I see them now coming out to now put that money into the school. Oh, also the black pothead business owners that had money flowing through Colorado. Now they probably go take a peek at you know what I mean? At what's it, Colorado State? Now they take a peek at Colorado State and Dion because it's the cool thing to do and try to see if they can get some affiliations there. I'm just thinking about it now, like holy crap! You know how many kids? You know how many kids he's about to cut?
Portal went crazy. Listen, they said that portal went crazy the last 2 days. It went and he getting people 4 or 5-star recruits coming out to see. To they going to him.
Yo, listen. You can sell Colorado as a city. I'm telling you this now. I've been there.
Yeah, it's smoking weed. Yeah.
No. Like, no. Ambiance, nightlife. Like you could like beyond the weed. Like.
Where's this at? Where's this at? Is it in Denver?
Yeah, Denver, Colorado.
No, it's in Denver though. It's Colorado in this school. Is Denver even the capital? What's the capital of Colorado?
Hold on a second. Oh wait, is it in Denver?
It's a state school.
Cause I was in Denver. Shit. God damn, where are you gonna be in Colorado?
So I don't know what's the state capital. Typically, a state school is in the state capital.
Hold on, let's see where Colorado State is at. Shit, cause if it's in Denver, it's gonna suck.
That's what I'm saying. No, it ain't. You can smoke weed for free. Like,
I mean, but listen, but that's gonna be the.
That's it. That's all it is.
That's gonna be the big. That's gonna be the big recruit. Listen, you don't ever got to worry about weed testing anymore. It's free there. Yo, listen, he about to have these like weed is gonna be. So they're in Fort Collins, Colorado.
See, there you go. Now we get to it.
Oh no.
I don't even. Is that an actual Fort? Is it like because these towns are like Fort Wayne, but they're not actually affiliated no more, military no more.
Colorado State University.
Have you ever heard of that? Have you ever been to that fort, whatever?
No.
That's not.
Actually, no. I know of Fort Collins. I've heard of it.
But is it a base? Is it an actual active?
I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know if I heard about.
If that's the case, who the fuck want to be in that type of city, right?
And you saw the.
So.
Shit. Hold on. I gotta pull this up on the map. I gotta see. I'm about to Google map this. We want to see how close this is to Denver. I could have just typed that in. I really could have. And I gotta fuck. Colorado State University. So it's
Colorado State. So it's not Colorado. It's Colorado State.
I don't know if it's Colorado. I don't know what's the difference. Colorado University, Colorado State. Shit, which one is it? I guess we got to figure that one out first. Hold on. See, this is why I always hated college. Too many goddamn fucking. It's too many goddamn options. Hold on. Let's see first. Where did Dion sign to?
Oh, they offered him $29.5 million. So hold on. If they ain't got the money, they don't get it. Because with him, he probably don't even worry about it. As long as y'all pay me, we'll get the money. It's coming. We get the one bowl game because of my name. But that's some real shit. If you've been working damn near for free for 2 years, actually probably he's been coaching high school as well. So he probably been working for free for about 5, So he probably could use a little bit of money. And $30 million for years, that ain't bad. But I'm still thinking he been coaching this long. He don't need the money. You know what I'm saying? What that's probably gonna be like $5 million a year. Let me see. It says
Colorado Buffalo
had a high expensive.
So let's see what the
$29.5
Colorado.
million over 5 years. Bonus and incentives. Before bonus and incentives. Oof. Oof. He earned $300,000 per year at JSU.
Okay, so this one is in Denver, Colorado. It has to be.
To $30 million.
Because their headquarters is in Colorado, and Boulder, Colorado is right by Denver somewhere.
Like, so it's basically a suburb.
Yeah. So I could have swore, yeah, because when I was in Denver, yeah, I could have swore, yeah, we saw where, yeah. Wait, no, sorry, no, I'm thinking major. I'm still thinking major.
But I promise you, D.I. is like that dude that went to jail and got out and was the pastor because he knew the lucrative amount of money you could make in it. But that's D.I. I'm not lying. He reminds me of every guy that does it. They real pristine, real personable, real put together, clean cut, shit like that. Went to jail for drug dealing because he always been about his money. Get to the bag. Go to jail, get out. You know what? I can't be, but you know what? I just invented this hustle, the church. Oh, shit. He'd be making money, preaching in the pulpit, fucking hoes on weekends. You know what I'm saying? And all of, men don't go to church. So a lot of those pastors, that's what they like. They had a whole congregation to fuck, especially if they single. And so that's what remind me so much. I know about 3 guys I can think of that was, former big time drug dealer turned pastor. He kind of really and 30 million ain't nothing to sneeze at. So that makes me think a little bit on it for real. Because that's 30 million over, what was that, 5 years?
Yeah. Well,
that's 6 million. 6 million a year. That's before bonus and incentives. So
he's in Boulder. Okay, so that plays back to what I was saying. So Boulder's the mountains, right? Boulder's it's like their mountain snowy area, and then that's about 40 minutes away from Denver, Colorado. So where they're at, you get both, because you get the people that you got the people that got the money for the city, and also the people that got the money for the mountains, because it still costs money to be up there too, right? And they get all kinds of investment. I think, isn't that Walmart? Isn't Walmart in that area? I think that's Walmart's area.
All right, so let me check. Let me read these real quick. According to Denver Post, Sanders' new salary breaks down accordingly: $5.5 million in his first season, $500 base salary, $1.75 million supplemental income for radio, television, and public appearances, $1.74 million for promotion and fundraising, $1.5 million for development of the student athlete. So it's going to him, and he has to. A lot of those costs come up. See, this is the confusing part. It says his salary will increase to $5.7 million in 2024, $5.9 million in 2025, 6.1 in 26, 6.3 in 27. So that motherfucker about to get paid. That's more than a lot of college coaches in the SEC.
And then also,
how much is Georgia coach getting paid? We found that out.
We can, but listen, while we do that, there's you can look at I got some other information for you. In Denver, right, their headquarters, they got Dish Network headquarters, CenturyLink headquarters is over there. You have Wells Fargo's headquarters over there. Comcast Corporation is over there as well. I didn't see Walmart. I could have sworn Walmart was in that area.
I don't know.
But those some of the.
But Deion really ain't starting for money though. He ain't starting for money, but that's still that's money. That's still money.
Yeah, so that's what I said. They're gonna bring in on top of the corporate money. You can see now I can see now, if what's that? I forgot that guy's name. Viola. He has the Viola weed brand, right? That purple one. I can see him now reaching out to that school with Deion Sanders, and now Deion Sanders getting him a strain. You know what I mean? To help out with in there as well while he's at Colorado. I can start now seeing a little of because they don't have the money yet. So I can see them trying to get the money. And I can see where some of this money is going to come from.
No,
Listen,
money gonna come.
listen, we about to get some Dion. We about to get some Dion Kush in this bitch. That's what's about to happen. Like, we about to get some primetime Kush.
If he don't get paid, he get paid. If they can't pay him, they gonna owe him for the rest of it.
Oh yeah, probably that too. Listen, he gonna have to get a percentage on something. See, I'm not gonna lie. I'm still a little disappointed. Primetime didn't last.
Coming, bro. Look, that TV deal coming, bro.
Oh yeah,
they gonna pay him with that alone. Watch, they gonna pay him with that alone. I don't know how the conference works. I don't know if you can personally, because he was trying to get them their own network, the HBCU. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to do certain things. The things he was trying to do at the HBCU that he was getting probably butt back from as well. And that's what I mean by like the egos. When you coming in with all these ideas, who is you? It ain't even about necessarily having to be wrong. It's like, who is you to come over here and be doing this? I've been trying to be here. I've been doing, and you might be messing up somebody's money. They don't want to do this because what I'm getting now, I'm comfortable in. If you try to do what you do, you messing up what I got going over here. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm corrupt. You know what I'm saying? You trying to change up stuff, and I'm under the radar. Leave me alone. And so he probably couldn't make change like he wanted to. He go over there. They already got this stuff in place. He ain't got to spend his salary on the facilities because they already got a wonderful. I'm sure it's a state school, so they already got a wonderful facility.
And they about to get. They about to get a whole lot greener.
Right. So it literally, they got the weed shit. So they probably been all this streets. They probably just. You're right. It's probably beautiful as fucking Colorado because they want for no tax money at all. Probably their schools, all that shit probably awesome. So you go there and you ain't got to put nothing in place. It's already in place. Now all I got to do is just ball out and I can coach. I ain't got to worry about all this other crap, building up these other guys that don't want to be built up.
Watch.
They don't want to work with me.
We're gonna see the first Curate Stadium. Whatever one of these weed dispensaries are, we about to see the first weed dispensary stadium pop up. Watch.
Mm-hmm.
Which, not for nothing, should happen. The same way while in South Florida, like nobody in South Florida, I mean, there probably is a bunch of people, a bunch of older shocked people like, oh my God, you can't have this and that. But no, I am all for, we're in South Florida, let the Dolphin Stadium be called Bang Bros Arena. Like I am all for it being something that yells South Beach, local to here. Let it be called King of Diamonds Arena, Scarlet's Arena. Like, I am all for that. King of Diamond Stadium. Like, you know what King of Diamond Stadium sounds like? It sounds like your winners. Like, but yeah, man. Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, I just want your thought on that, because my initial thought I was a little upset about with Dion not sticking it out, but when you put in all of those other factors that you mentioned, I can understand why he wouldn't want to keep on sticking up, because what he was trying to do was going to be an uphill battle anyway. If you have to worry about that crab in a barrel mentality at the same time, when you thought it was going to be, oh yeah, because he was probably thinking like everybody was going to be on board for this, everybody was going to want the growth, and then when he got all that backlash, he's like, you simple motherfuckers, man. You know what? As soon as I get a chance, I'm out of here. Man, fuck this. I try to help you motherfuckers out. Yeah. And y'all ain't even trying to listen. Like, I'm trying to get. Oh, god damn it, that's probably exactly what's happening. Because I'm listening, because I'm actually hearing him in these press conferences. Like, I'm trying to get y'all to the bread. You know what I mean? Y'all over here taking peanuts to go ahead. No, I know I'm hearing it now. No, as I was just thinking, and now I'm re-hearing his press conference. Like, I'm just realizing he was talking to these guys. It's these guys he's talking to. Like you over here taking peanuts to get your head beaten by these power conference schools. Like, nah, man, make them give you real dough if you're gonna get, like, because it's demoralizing to your program, it's demoralizing to your school, it's demoralizing to your players, demoralizing for your team. I remember him going through all that, and I'm over here thinking like, yo, he's out here giving some free knowledge. No, he was talking directly to some motherfuckers, and behind closed doors was over here just comfortable being ho hum HBCU niggas.
Mm-hmm.
And he's over here trying to make this. He's over here trying to make it into a primetime program, and they okay being role players and double blades. And he's like, yeah, you guys ain't gonna cut it.
And so when they listening to that, they're like, oh, what? So all this stuff is coming out, and they probably like, you ain't even sweat. Don't come here criticizing our conference. Who is you? So he has a legitimate gripe to some degree, but then Deion can still take it like, oh, y'all don't appreciate me, no way. And if you're hearing that, you probably like think he's probably gonna leave anyway, especially in lieu of knowing that he's been fielding offers, and just because something like that don't come overnight. This wasn't a month ago that he contacted or Colorado State contacted him.
Yeah, we all know these
last year.
No contract.
Last year,
very rarely do contract negotiation, because we're smarter now, right? We probably used to think in sports like, oh my god, we're at that point where no, these contract negotiations are happening for some time now. That's the reason why it's been said in the past. You can almost call tampering on every contract that's signed in any league that has a tampering clause. You can almost call tampering on every single contract negotiation, because every agent or every person is being communicated to during the window of non-communication, or there's negotiations being done during the non-negotiation time period. It's like, oh, we're not negotiation, we're just like feeling things out. That's negotiation. Feeling things out is a fancy. It's a lowest common denominator word for negotiations. Like, stop it right now. No, you're right. Yeah, so they've definitely been, like I said, if they let that slip, then basically it's because, one, he's proud of it. Like, yo, we've been talking for a month and we finally got this done. Not realizing he's not even supposed to say it, but damn, he's like, damn it, I let that slip. Hopefully nobody cares. Like, Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. Like, oh shit. Yeah, I swear to God, I'm gonna dress as Booker T one year. And that's all I'm gonna say. Sorry, cracking myself up over here. My bad. All right. So now that we got that out the way, right? Let's continue this road trip, right? We were talking about Deion Sanders. Let's continue to take this road trip on the 95. Because at one point in time, Deion Sanders used to play for a team that was very infamous and famous on the I-95. Let's go back, take our trip from 305 to my city, right? Where we left the New York Jets having their bad loss to the Minnesota Vikings 22-27 in a game where they just couldn't produce in the red zone. But like I said, they were good. They were good. There were some goods to take away from that. There were some bads to take away from it. It's either way, it was just kind of heartbreaking. Not so much heartbreaking. It was just rough. It was really rough to watch and rough to go through, because that game was literally at your fingertips, right there, and you can feel it. And while you could see it, you knew how it still felt like it was a world away, because you knew that we have so much ineptitude at that quarterback position that you never know what you're gonna get. And we're happy to get what we got last night, but in the red zone, he just wasn't it. He was not it at all. Like you understand, like every time he shot his shot, he missed. And the Jets lost because of that, 22-27. The Giants, I don't want to say that they weren't as lucky as us, because the Giants had their own disappointing, heartbreaking game, right? And they didn't lose their game, but they also didn't win their game. Yes, folks, they went all business-like, and they tied their game. The New York Giants and the Water Closet team, they tied the game 20-20, overtime, full overtime, runs out, everything. Like, talking about just a weekend of unsatisfaction for JetBlue Stadium. Like, honestly, I would have rather 2 losses. We get a loss and a tie? It's like, I didn't get any pussy, and then I decided to beat off, and then I didn't nut. Like, what? Like, how you not nut after you trying to lay yourself? Like, whoa. You know what? Like, this is too much. This is going too deep. My sexual window is taking dark turns, right? And we haven't even hit the Hershey Highway yet. We saw in the 95, right? Luckily for New York, there's that one team across the wall up north named the Buffalo Bills, and they took care of their business. They won their game 24-10 over the division rival that everybody loves to see lose, the New England Patriots. So much so that Matt Jones got a little perturbed. He was a little upset. And his inner Tom Brady, his inner crybaby, his inner Tom Brady came out. And he was like, throw the fucking ball. The run game fucking sucks. Throw the ball. The run game fucking sucks. And no doubt, they got their ass whooped 24-10. Now, as we leave the New York area, we take our trip all the way back down to I-95 because we like the road trip. So we go back and forth. I don't even know, why didn't you just stop there when you was down there already for the Heat game? I told you, we got some back and forth movements to do. And the more round trips that we take, the more money we make. So we come right back down to Miami Gardens. We stop about 30 miles away from actually South Beach. 30 minutes, 30 miles, whatever you want to be. Right? We stop some way away from South Beach. We stop at Miami Gardens, where Multi-Vest Games used to be located, just about 7.5 minutes away from it. Right? And we have the Miami Dolphins. And Tua got a tongue twister. Finally, getting a defensive challenge. And what did they say was going to happen once Tua was tested? La embarrassing. Wait, that's not la embarrassing. I keep forgetting. It's because you're in South Beach. Everything is Spanish. That's how he took it. He took an L, embarrassing L. And that, folks, they lost this game to their third. Hold on, let me count them up for you. Not their first, not their second, but they lost this game to the third string quarterback, folks. Yes, folks, third string quarterbacks, they like sushi too, and they happen to be real people every once in a while, and that's what happened against the San Francisco 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo went out this game early. I think it was a foot or an ankle or something like that, a lower extremity injury. Next thing you know, you're thinking, oh, this is in the bag for the Miami Dolphins, right? But unfortunately, Tua being the most accurate quarterback in the league, well, he wasn't looking that accurate to an actual defensive team that knows how to scheme. This San Francisco 49ers bunch, oh boy, I'm just saying, listen, I'm just glad you know, like, they are something really special. This San Francisco bunch is really, really, really special. The fact that they've been winning with Jimmy Garoppolo, that everybody feels is the guy that's holding them back, right? What's going on here? We see some communication happening. T, my bench points are strong. Wait, are we tied? Wait, Wait, am I playing somebody? Are we tied? No, get back here. Get back here. Look at me. Hold up. 1 second. What's going on here? I have not paid attention to the fantasy football. Now we gotta move to the side a little bit. What were we talking about? Like the Miami Dolphins. Okay, no. Him and I are not tied for anybody. Or for anything. Okay. But maybe he's tied with somebody. Maybe he's tied in another game. I waxed this person. Like, I struggled at the beginning of the season, but I came on strong at the end. I think I won 5 out of my last 6 games at the end. That didn't matter though. That start was horrible though. On replay. Horrible like the Miami Dolphins. Losing 17-13 to the San Francisco 49ers third string quarterback. So I've heard you Dolphins fans complaining and excuses. Oh, we didn't have this, and oh, we didn't have that, and you lost to the other team's third string quarterback. What more do you need? What more do you want from me? Because I remember when the Jets beat. Wait, who's third string quarterback? They played. They were down to like, oh my God, it was our third string quarterback. What do you expect to happen? I mean, if you don't beat a team when they're playing their third string quarterback, could you even call yourself a football team? Yeah, remember that? I think it was y'all we played. I think it was the Dolphins and y'all third string quarterback the Jets beat. Remember that? Remember that statement, you guys? Oh, ha, 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 ha. Have the tables have turned now, you little stinky bags of tuna. Remember that? Who's like, oh, it was our third string quarterback. It's supposed to be, it's our third string. I mean, if you can't beat somebody's third string quarterback, now look at you. Perfect opportunity. Third string quarterback. And what do? You wet the bed. You get your ass whooped. You get shellacked. You almost get doubled up. After putting up 17 points, and you still almost got doubled up. Hey, you third string quarterback. I mean, if you can't beat a team and there's third string quarterback, can you even consider yourselves a real team? That's all I've heard today from Dolphin fans. I've heard you calling it to all the radio stations out there. I've heard you calling to New York radio stations, calling into Florida radio stations. I've heard you in Chicago radio stations. I've heard you on LA radio. I've been hearing you guys. Yeah, I've been tracking you. I've been stalking you, little Dolphins fans. I understand you've been swimming around without a purpose, right? I get it. Nah, I ain't gonna let that fly. Like you choked. Your boy came up short. Sorry. Like all you had to do was win this game, and you could have been the top of the AFC, the whole tip of the top. Oh, if Kansas City had lost, that is, yeah. But you was right there. It was right for the taking. What do you do? How you wet the bed when you're a Dolphin? Like you're already in the ocean, and you wet the bottom of the bed? Is that what it is? 17-33. San Francisco 49ers and their third string quarterback over the Miami fish bait. You know what? I think that's a perfect way for us to end our road trip. Is right here in South Beach. You know what? We gonna go find ourselves a nice little place to park. Right? Get ourselves an Airbnb with a pool in it. Right? No, not even that. Just get someplace across the street from the beach, because you know how much we love ourselves some La Playas and putas. We really do. But this injury to Jimmy G, right? That may have actually started off a different set of chain reactions. And it's not just the injury to Jimmy G, right? It's also, you know what? Let's make sure we get this right. Hey, yo, do me a favor. You know what you will. You know how you is. Hey, let me get that injury report. Let me get that injury report music real quick. Thank you, DJ MyT, always looking out for your boy. All right. Let me get that.
The MyT
there we go.
injury report.
Step down.
injury to Jimmy G started off a chain reaction, but it wasn't just Jimmy G's injury. It was also Lamar Jackson's injury. Jimmy G goes down with a lower extremity injury. Lamar Jackson goes out with a lower extremity injury. And immediately, and I do mean immediately,
Cleveland! This is for you!
Baker Mayfield asks to be released from the Carolina Panthers. There's all these opportunities everywhere. If you ain't got a quarterback, I am here. And not for nothing, but you know what though? I know the difference. I would say I would want Jameis Winston to do the same thing too. But the difference between probably Jameis Winston and Baker Mayfield is that New Orleans could probably still get an asset back for Jameis Winston. While I don't think the Carolina Panthers can get anything back for Baker Mayfield. And that's the reason why they're okay with letting him just walk. I'm like, okay, you know what? Go to Baltimore. Go to San Francisco. Go to the Jets. Right? Go whichever one of these teams that I don't want him on the Jets, by the way. I don't want him on the Jets. But whichever one of these teams is looking for a quarterback, go to them. It's okay. But you know what? I feel like Jameis Winston should get the same kind of opportunity. If it's past the trade deadline, you can't trade for these guys anymore. I think it's past that, right? Maybe it's not. I'm not quite sure. But do it. Like if you still can make a trade, hey, New York Jets, right? Joe Flacco, like listen, they may want an experienced quarterback. He's there too. See if you can get a 6th-round pick for him. 7th-round pick. Compensatory pick. So it'd be like KG. Constipated pick. KG is the master of like breezing through words and I forgot what word it was. Oh my god, but he's done it so many times. It's hilarious. Again, they pick up on the pattern. Like yo, my boy's half illiterate. Because these are like some basic big words. Like, these are not even like some hard big words. These are like some basic big words that you shouldn't have like a problem with, like dictionary or onomatopoeia. An average person would have a problem with onomatopoeia. Peninsula, stuff like that. Oh yeah, we definitely on J number 2 in case you guys are counting. Listen, man, like the takes are lit. I'm lit. Like you know the old saying, like if I get lit and I drop lit takes, then you get a lit podcast. Is that not how the equation goes? I could have swore that's how they said it in How High. Like they said, like anything else, you have to translate stuff like to fit modern times, right? I should just become antiquated and left out. So I would like to see Jameis Winston get this opportunity as well, where he gets opportunity to possibly go to another team where he may get utilized or get the opportunity to win. Either one. I know neither one of these guys. I know Jameis Winston. Neither one of these guys has promised anything. Jameis Winston currently has lost his to injury, so who knows what it's actually going to take. But I would like to see Jameis Winston get an opportunity out there somewhere else. We got a lot of pod left. You know what? I think I want to reset this Podbean feed, right? So, for my Podbean listeners, right? It's almost coming up on my 2-hour mark, guys. So, you know what that means? That means it's almost reset time. Everybody else, it means nothing for you, right? You guys hear a commercial. You guys go about your time. I had myself a little army break. Not Armadale, but literally an army break. Everybody on Podbean, you'll get lost for less than a minute. But as soon as you lose me or you get lost, don't worry. The same way you found this feed, there's a new feed already reserved for you guys. Just go ahead and click on that next live, and we'll be able to get back into the chat, and you can call up whenever you are ready. Everybody else, like I said, it's just plain old simple. commercial time.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash, and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world, and they can respond, I became a soldier.
All right, we are back with the Mighty Sports Podcast. I am still your host and annoying talent, El Idolo Deportivo Taylor, right? And we're basically into the last hour of the podcast. You guys for listening, wherever you may be listening to that, wherever you're catching it live. And if you're catching it live, you're a trooper. I really do appreciate my live audience, right? Because where I'm at on the East Coast, it's like quarter to midnight. So we burn every bit of the oil. Whoever's watching, I really do appreciate you. Like, yo, love you from the bottom of my heart. Love is real. I feel the love. I feel the love. For everybody that's listening to the re-ear, right? You over here spending your time out, you working out, you like, yo, let's see what T had to talk about in sports. Let's go catch up on some on some mighty sports real quick. Appreciate you too, because you listen on plenty of platforms. Pandora, TuneIn, iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Music. What's that one called? Spotify. Like all of them. It's Google Play. So I appreciate all of you. Oh yeah, the buzz is starting to spin. See the eyes getting low. All right, no, let me stop. All right, let's get back into it. Right, this is a perfect time. This is actually perfect timing, right? You guys, there's a new segment coming up. Actually, there's a new segment here now. It's still in the beta form of it, just to let you guys know. But we have a club, right? That's under renovations, and under these early renovations of the club, right? Not everything is quite working, right? But people wanted to get in. People wanted to get into the MyT boom rooms, where every room is a little special. Every room has a little something that you want. Every room has a little boom for you. And in these rooms, these players really do boom. Hey, yo, let's see who's getting to this club. Oh, folks, we got folks in the MyT boom rooms. But like I said, there are rooms for just about everybody, right? Depending on what you like, depending on what you're into, there may just be a room for you. If you like older gentlemen, you know what, folks? We got the 40. I'm gonna bring this down just a little bit. Hold on. Can we bring this down? Just a little bit. I know you guys are digging that one. I know you guys are digging that one. But we had to bring that. We had to bring that in this again. We have to bring in this again. That was a little too long. But folks, like I said, if you're into older gentlemen, we have a room for you. We have the 40 and over room.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
But folks, it's not what you're thinking, right? In our 40 and over club, it's not for people that are over 40. It's for the people that can put up over 40 in a given night. And every night is a night for a surprise. On the 2nd, we had 3 NBA players that wanted to get into the 40 and over club. Apparently, they like themselves some olders over there, right? We had Anthony Davis, right? He came in and he dropped 44 on them, 18 for 27 shooting, 2 for 3 from the from 3-point range, 6 for 7 from the line, folks, on 10 rebounds and 3 blocks. Most important stat of them all, you already know. That is the W that they got, 133-129 over the Milwaukee Bucks. But you know what? Sometimes when you go out balling, you need a dance partner. And folks, that's exactly what Anthony Davis did. He got himself a dance partner in the same damn room by the name of Giannis Antetokounmpo, Mr. El Greco, El Frico. He dropped 40 points to get himself into the club as well, folks. 16 for 23 shooting, missed all 3 of his 3-pointers, but he hit his 3-pointers. He's a freaking champion. 8 of 11 of those things, 7 rebounds and 5 assists in 35 minutes. And if Mr. Anthony Davis and his brow got the most important stat of them all, that means Giannis and his 40 came up a little short with him and his homies, as they came away with the L, 129-133. Now, in between those two guys, as they decided to battle, sandwiched in there was a little DNB, folks. Oh, we're not talking about the bacon. We're talking about Devin Booker, right? 41 points, 15-25 shooting. Devin Booker, folks, he's starting to feel a little bit like the beard with the strip club. Every other day we turn around, Devin Booker is in the 40 and over room. Oh, he loves to be in the MyT boom boom rooms. 41 points, 15 for 25 shooting, 4 for 6 from behind the line, 7 for 10 from the charity stripe, 8 assists in 34 minutes, and like the freak that honest is, Devin Booker could not come away with the W without Chris Paul against Houston. 122, 121. Shoot. Houston with the buzzer beater. And that was just Friday night. That was just over the weekend. You know, everybody wants to get in the club. In the club. Yeah, in the club. Let's move on to the third one. We only had one individual that decided he wanted to come out on a Saturday night. I don't know what was going on this weekend, but apparently there was a lot more better stuff for people to do on a Saturday but come to MyT's Boom Boom Room. So there by himself, chilling in the back, smoking a cigar, looking like Tony Montana when they threatened him. Oh shit, he puts up himself a little MJ in Wizardland and drops 45, folks. That's 15 for 25 shooting, 7 for 12 from beyond the arc. A perfect 8 for 8 on the charity stripe. Oh man, talking about it being free. Oh, free throws was definitely for Anthony Simmons. All right, as they got, and not only did he get the points, listen, they whooped their ass and he came away with their girl as they took the dub, folks. 116, 111 in 41 minutes. Did I tell you that? Yo, let me back that up. Anthony Davis, 44 points in 40 minutes. Devin Booker, 41 points in 34 minutes. Anthony Antetokounmpo, 40 points in 35 minutes. And Anthony Simmons, 45 points in 41 minutes. Who said players don't play no more? Who said players don't be playing no more? Yo, load management where? And then we had last night, folks. Sunday. So we're chilling, grooving, feeling it. Told you, Chill Will. I was feeling my southern soul music, man. I know you feel this funk. Yeah. Last night we had Anthony Davis pop back in. It was like, oh shit. You like the girls like that the last time? That you want to come back in 2 days? Yo, yes he did. But folks, he decided to be a big tipper this time. Oh, no. He was like, yo, fuck the 40 club. Yo, I'm going for the double nickel. Listen, it's still the same room, but you get a little bit more boom. 22 for 30, 2 for 3 from beyond the line, a perfect 9 from the stripe. No emotional damage for him. 17 rebounds, 3 blocks in 38 minutes. And again, the most important thing of all is right in front of me. We're talking about Dubs West Side. As the LA Lakers beat up on the Washington Bullets 131-19. Now, can I stop on Anthony Davis for a while? Why can't he always do this? It took LeBron James being injured this year for him to start playing like the Anthony Davis that LeBron James needs him to play like if LeBron James's career is going to get extended so that he can break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's and John Stockton's record. You do understand this, right? And the last person to get into the club was Zach LaVine. 41 points. He dunked his way into the room. 16 for 28 shooting. 3 for 9 from the 3-point line. 6 for 7 from the free throw stripe. 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 38 minutes. And apparently, even when you put up 41 points, you can still miss. They lost. 101 to 110. Basic schoolery to the Sacramento Kings. The Bulls were forced to bow down. Now, folks, those are just the people that decided to make it in a 40 club. Right, going to the 40 and over room, I should say. No, there's more than one room in MyT's boom boom rooms. That's why we call it the MyT boom boom rooms. And if you want to get a little more boom boom in your room, then I have something special for you. Something a little special called Blue Chew. What is Blue Chew? Blue Chew just happens to be a little blue pill that can get you back your thrill. All you have to do is open up a packet and head straight to the sack. Just a few chews before you do. This thing has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so this is one opportunity that you just can't miss. This is for a very low cost. You can beat it up like a boss, and she will love how you come through like a champ when you Blue Chew in advance. And all you have to do is use my promo code of GSSS, and you can get your first order of Blue Chew for free. Yes, folks, for free. The free. Yes, folks, just go to bluechew.com, use the promo code GSSS, get your first order of Blue Chew for free. The only thing you have to worry about paying for is out there. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. For all the people that like to fuck it up in the air. There's a lot of quarterbacks in this room. There's a lot of wide receivers in this room. You don't generally see a lot of running backs in this room. Maybe every once in a while. We're still trying to figure out what room running backs are going to get into. I think their room is still under construction. Is that the room with the yellow tape over there? Hey, Jimmy. Is that the running back room? Alright. Okay. Looking good. Keep it up. But for right now, folks, we was talking about prime time in Denver, Colorado. We definitely have a Mile High Club. And like I said, this is the room for this is the Mile High room. This is the room for the people that like to fuck it up in the air. Number one ear fucker. Or ear raider, however you want to call him, right? Number one ear fucker is one Jalen Hurts, folks. Jalen Hurts lights up your screen with 380 yards through the air, 29 on 39 for passing with 3 touchdowns, not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns, folks. Then as we go, let's go over to one of our wide receivers at that, right? We're going to go a little back and forth. Yeah. I see that. Fix that shit. Right? As we got Garrett Wilson, wide receiver, New York Jets, 162 yards through the air, folks. That's 8 receptions. Unfortunately, no touchdowns on his 8 receptions, 162 yards. I told you the Jets were struggling. A lot of yards. Got a lot of red zone appearances. Didn't do a lot of touches. I guess you don't want to touch down on your fucking shit up in the air. Right? Longest pass that Garrett Wilson had was for 60 yards. Since we're talking about Garrett Wilson, why not go ahead and just talk about his quarterback as well? Since we're talking about fucking it up in the air, Jets quarterback Mike White had 57 attempts, 31 completions, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions for 369 yards. And last but not least, I guess since we're keeping it Jet country, every once in a while you get forced to talk about your ex because she's just doing phenomenal. You can't help it, or they're doing phenomenal and they can't help it. Plus, you're an adult and there's no beef here. Geno Smith, quarterback, Seattle, former quarterback of the New York Jets, former second-round pick of the New York Jets. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 28 for 39. With 367 yards. Folks, these are the MyT boom boom rooms. These are the players in the room, and this is how they boom. And on Wednesday, we're going to see who else gets in there pretty soon. Hey, yo, DJ MyT. I think it's just about time to shut down the club. That was kind of abrupt. Under construction. I get it. Folks, you know what? I think we're good here. I think we're going to wrap this up right around here. Yeah, it's about 2 hours of potting. I know you guys are like, you know what? Yeah, I think 2 hours today is gonna be good for it. I mean, how much more can I talk about Mr. Irrelevant? Like Mr. Irrelevant going out and just completely and utterly embarrassing the Miami Dolphins and doubling up on their points. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, there's some times when your team loses and you're thinking to yourself, you know what? I can't stand it. I don't know how today's gonna even gonna feel right. I don't want to talk to nobody. Like, just get away from me. Like, I'm not feeling anything right now. And then your team gets a nice, and then one of your hated team gets a nice little LEL to the very last, I guess the very last pick of the draft. That's what he said. They lost to Mr. Irrelevant. The very last pick of the draft. The 3rd string quarterback, Mr. Irrelevant. That's who beat the Dolphins. And we're going to leave you with that on the MyT Sports Podcast. Did I see any good fights this weekend? Ooh, there were some good UFC fights this weekend. We'll talk about that more on the next on the MyT Sports Podcast. Finally, this Wednesday, not only are we going to finally get into our favorite NBA players of this season so far, or any of our current favorite NBA players, we're going to be live at Sharky's, so don't you ladies forget, ladies drink free, 9 to 10 every Wednesday at Sharky's. You're going to want to be there. MyT Sports Podcast is there 8:07 p.m. to 11:07 p.m. every Wednesday. You're going to want to be there. DJ Scepter is still there for now. Listen, DJ Scepter going to leave you guys pretty soon. I'm like, we're going to lose DJ Scepter. And y'all ain't giving him enough love. You know how this game is. But, what's going on? Popping bottles? I'm trying to figure out who the hell that is. Hey, so Wednesday, Sharkies, we're gonna be there. We're gonna get into our favorite players. We're gonna see if we have some new players for the club. We're gonna see if we get some new members that want to get into the club. As you guys can obviously expect. Well, we're gonna see what happens from tonight's game. We're definitely gonna have somebody that's probably gonna want to get into 40 and over club. I wonder if we had anybody from tonight get into the Mile High room. Ooh, it's gonna be good. Which room is your favorite room in the MyT Boom Boom room? Folks, MyT Sports Podcast. I'm Tyler El Idolo Deportivo Taylor. I appreciate you listening to the podcast. Don't forget to like, listen, share, follow. All right? Definitely subscribe so you hear the bing bong every time that we go on. I'm really just rambling so that I can play, so that my outro music can get played and then you guys can all go about our way. But my DJ.